So guys, let us talk about Delta State, because for the past 4 days, a lot has been going on in Delta State concerning confraternity clashes in different cities. Black Ass and Supreme Vikings confraternity are having problems in some of the cities. Black Ass and Eiye is also having problem in another city, which is called Ozoro, and this was caused by a phone theft. In this video, I am going to explain everything to you guys, because for the past 3 days, a lot of people is said to have been brought down, and this include 2 number 1 man and a former number 1 man. So I am going to explain everything to you guys in details in this video. We are going to be talking about 3 different cities. The first city that we are going to talk about is Ogara or Tefe, and we are going to talk about Ozoro, where Black Ass and Supreme Eiye confraternity have clashed because of a cell phone theft. A girl stole a cell phone, an iPhone 15, and then it led to a confraternity war between Black Ass and Supreme Eiye confraternity. I am going to explain in details how everything happened. And the last one that we are going to talk about is the city of Ogara. This one is a little bit dicey because it is said that a number 1 man and a former number 1 man was also brought down in that city. But before I get into this particular thing that is going on in Delta State, I quickly want to make you guys understand 2 things. The first is the confraternity war between Black Ass and Supreme Vikings confraternity in the city of Ogara, and I am sure there is a new suicide hit squad in that town. These young men have been bringing people down left, right and center on a daily basis, and it seems to be getting worse. So this is going to be the next video we are going to talk about subsequently. So with that out of the way, let's dive into today's video. Now the first city we are going to talk about is Ogara or Tefe, where this young man was brought down yesterday. So this young man is by the name of Charles, but he is popularly known as Debbie, right there in Ogara or Tefe. The young man is said to be the number 1 man of Vikings in that particular place where they practice. But this young man just became the number 1 man of Vikings last week. Now before I tell you guys how this young man was brought down, let me quickly give you a brief history of this young man in that city of Ogara or Tefe, because he is a very stubborn young man. I am sure that most of you will remember the last time I spoke about Ogara or Tefe. So around last year, there was a confraternity war between Black Ass and Vikings. A lot of people went down in that confraternity war. I posted a video about it in case you guys forgot how that confraternity war started. Now the last Black Ass member that was brought down in that confraternity war is this young man that you are currently seeing on your screen by the name of Destiny. Now how Destiny was brought down was that he was sitting down in front of his house with 2 other Black Ass members. There were 3 sitting down, then a white car came around and 3 police officers came down from that white car. So the Black Ass members were thinking that the young men were police officers, and before you knew what was happening, they opened fire. The 2 other Black Ass members were able to escape, but Destiny was brought down. On that same night, this particular young man that you are seeing on your screen was arrested with the same white car, and he confessed to have been the person that brought down Destiny. He was found with 2 pump action and some life cartridges. So after this happened, the police arrested him, and while this young man was in prison, the Black Ass members went ahead to bring down 2 young men that are members of Vikings in that particular confraternity war. And one of the 2 people that were brought down is affiliated to the Delta State government as at then. His name was Doke. So because of that, the Delta State government interfered in that particular war. The police flooded the streets, and the war ended. But while the war ended, Debbie was still in prison, and he later came out after 1 month. So fast forward to this year, it is said that some Eiye members were having problems with some Vikings members, I think earlier this year or so, or late last year, and one of the Eiye members were brought down. The young man was praying his head God, and at the end of the day, it was discovered that it was Debbie that also brought the young man down. So I really don't know what happened next. Debbie is said to have been arrested and he was sent to jail, and the young man just came back from jail. As he came back from jail, they decided to make him the number 1 man of Vikings right there in Ogara or Tefe. So fast forward to where the young man was brought down. Now, it is said that they are having a community problem fighting for the position of community chairmanship. So I really don't know how the community matter works with confraternity, because confraternity members, most of the time, they even bring their members down when it comes to community hits. It is said that someone that is very close to him called him out to come collect money based on his role as the leader of Vikings and also someone who is very prominent in the community. As he went there, he saw one of the Vikings members with tools, one of his own members, standing with other black ass members. The Vikings member pointed to him and said that is him. Before he knew what was happening, the black ass members shot him. Boom, boom, boom. As he fell down, the Vikings member shot him too. That is how this young man fell and went down. Now, he was brought down in a community matter, not a confraternity matter, because a lot of black ass members are saying that they are responsible for what happened. But this young man was brought down by his own member and some other black ass members. So let me quickly play this VN that went viral yesterday, and I will come back to continue my analysis.
SSO Fakatiko rebel with reason. I know we the cap. Baga don't kill a bagger. The present VM, Damian. I don't know, say now because community crisis for OTF. The true executioner Odin Iceland like this. Let the VM go round. I repeat, let the VM go round and go viral. Now see us pattern marine in the cap. Now we the Damian. It is so they be see them for the fight, not. The reason I say now they men. Because they be don't come to my call. Now tell us what they do for them. So your man call carrier. You see, I just the enter ground. The next thing I see now, they be with the ground. You see, so they be na the ground. You understand? The Damian, they control Debbie. Debbie refuse to knock. Say na baga matter. Say na men I do there. Say na Damian I call the shot. Knock that one. I be done. Now be the knock with black be still first knock before Damian call knocker. Debbie, executioner Odin Iceland is done. Aro, share this voice note. I'm a German in Odin Iceland. Aro. I'm a German in Odin Iceland. Collect this my number. Call me. Adi OTF. Let's close OTF. Anybody at all will see other men. They men why they cap their names so Aro. Throw. Men I try. Men I find and see. Men I find and see like this. Aro. Men I find and see. I did the deck like this. I don't love the deck. Because the blood of jam about your background about job. And now like this now, no savvy, now they true. They true savvy. Oyana. Aro, I'm a German. Write this my number, call and don't enter the OTF like this now. The way I say now, the Virginia Greg now give the robbers, but the truth Debbie. Arrest my captain.
So you've heard for yourself. The young man was brought down by his own member and his rivals, because when it comes to community matter, confraternity members really don't care the confraternity they belong to. So that is it for Ogara Otefe. Now let's move to Ozoro, because we are going to talk about 3 cities. So yesterday we got an update that Black Ass and Supreme Eiye confraternity have had a problem in Ozoro, that someone was brought down. At the end of the day, it was later found out that it is because of a phone that they brought someone down. So what really happened was that a young girl who is a member of V-Queen. So if you don't know what a V-Queen is, it is the female version of Vikings. So you can say that she is a female Vikings, but they call them V-Queen. So the girl that caused this whole problem, she is also a confraternity member, but she is a hookup girl. So what happened was that some black ass members right there in Ozoro, they hired this particular girl for a job, which is basically knocking. So this girl went to the house of the black ass member. After knocking, the black ass member noticed that his phone was missing. The V-Queen, that is a hookup girl, stole the phone of a black ass member, an iPhone 15. She removed the SIM and she put the SIM inside the toilet and flushed it. So she was able to get away with that particular phone. So the black ass member noticed that it is the hookup girl that took the phone. He quickly informed his members and they went to meet the girl. Most of the young men were wearing a Timberland. In Nigerian culture, they have turned Timberland to a disciplinary shoe, and Timberland is very costly, about 400k. And most of these young men who are confraternity members have Timberland, and most of them don't even have land. It is mind-blowing. Anyway, let's go back to the story. So this young man went to meet the girl, and when the girl came out, they asked her to sit on the ground and they started questioning her. One of the black ass members said that they should naked the girl, and another black ass member said no, they shouldn't naked her. Let me quickly play this part of the video and we come back to continue the explanation.
No, no naked down, no naked down, leave her. No naked down, no naked down. No naked down, you get why? I don't want to feed my jobs, no naked down for you.
Right, anything that has if you're not talking, you wipe her ass in there. Wipe her ass for
Take, Anna, right, me on and I'm a gun in that.
Show you that you don't have babe. I don't fit take the SIM card.
Okay, man, you're saying robot. If you get the NIN.
Now my father and I raised out to see how I want to get her.
Okay. I feel say tomorrow or later I feel.
Now, rubbish they talk so this one.
Money not be my problem.
How much for money?
Wait. This one they inside the SIM. I say take it back.
He yourself.
So you heard when the young man said no, that they should not naked her. They started asking the girl questions, and they also brought koboko along where they were coming. So they whipped the girl a couple of koboko like 2-3 times, and at the end of the day, they left. But they made a video about this whole situation. Now the problem with this entire situation is that the brother of this girl is the number 2 man of Eiye in that particular community. So when this girl got home, she told her brother everything that happened. Her brother got pissed, called his squad, and they went looking for members of Black Ass. It is said that they saw some members of Black Ass and there was a heavy altercation, and through that altercation, that is when the Black Ass members brought down one of the young men who is a member of Eiye. But Vikings members in Ozoro have said that they have nothing to do with this entire situation. They said that none of their members went with the Eiye members to go look for members of Black Ass, and this is according to members of Vikings in Ozoro. So right now, it has turned into a confraternity war between Black Ass and Supreme Eiye confraternity, because the young man who is said to be the second in command of Eiye in that particular community is very pissed for what they have done to his sister and also what they did to his member. And right now, this particular problem is still very ongoing in Ozoro. So if you know you live in Ozoro and you are a member of Black Ass or you are a member of Eiye, I will ask you to hide your head, because you never can tell what is going to happen next. Now let's go to the final part of this video. Let's talk about Ogwashuku. Now if you have been a part of this platform, you will know that there is a war between Black Ass and Supreme Vikings confraternity in Ogwashuku, which has led to the bringing down of a lot of people. Now the way this was started was somehow, I said a young man who is a member of Black Ass was on top of Okada. He was being chased by some Vikings members and they were shooting at him, although the Vikings members said that is not what happened, that they were shooting up. Now this is how this whole thing started. So the last person that has been brought down in Ogwashuku is the number 1 man of Vikings by the name of Aaron. So Aaron is said to be the number 1 man of Vikings. He was brought down by a young man who is an anti-cut, and the young man is also said to be a Black Ass member. But the young man did not bring down Aaron as a confraternity member. I am going to explain everything to you guys, because it is said that the young man was shot by Aaron first. Aaron never wanted confraternity war in Ogwashuku. The young man is a very stubborn young man. He has been involved in a lot of war in Ogwashuku, but this particular war, it is said that he never wanted it. So after this war finally broke out, the young man by the name of Lucky was brought down by some Black Ass members. Even at that, Aaron didn't make a move. So for those of you that has been on this platform, you must have heard when I made a video and I posted a voice note when the former number 1 man of Vikings was saying that anywhere he sees Aaron, who is the present number 1, that he is going to shoot Aaron. And the reason he said that was because Aaron didn't make any move after Loki was brought down. Aaron was still trying to make some kind of peace. And this is what I don't understand with some people. It might be that this young man already have a permutation. He might have already seen that he is not going to survive this confraternity war. Maybe that is why he was trying his best to make sure that this war did not happen. But his member kept on pushing him that he should pronounce war, that they should go into this confraternity war. Although the Black Ass members were the first people that drew blood. They were the first people that brought down someone. So Aaron didn't do anything. Even both Black Ass members and Vikings members said that the young man did not want this war to happen. Maybe he is spiritual. Maybe he has seen that this war is going to take his life. So they keep pushing him, and the war finally broke out and people started dying. So fast forward to a few days ago, this particular young man that you are seeing on your screen was brought down in Farm Road, right there in Ogara. Now this young man is said to be an old Vikings member, and this young man is also said to be the former head of Anti-Cult and also the former #1 man of Vikings. He was brought down by some Black Ass members in Farm Road. So because of this, Aaron entered the street with his hit squad, started looking for members of Black Ass. So 2 days ago, Aaron was brought down. So what happened was that Aaron and his squad, they went into the street rolling, looking for members of Black Ass to bring down. They were unable to find any Black Ass member, and they drove past the Anti-Cult in that particular city. And the Anti-Cult that they drove past consists of the leader of the Anti-Cult in that particular city. They know that the leader of the Anti-Cult is a member of Black Ass and some Vikings members who are also Anti-Cult, and some innocent people who are not members of confraternity, but they are Anti-Cult. So what they did was that they left and they called the Vikings members to leave that particular place. They said the Vikings members should leave there. So the Vikings Anti-Cult left. So Aaron and his squad, they called the Anti-Cult, told them that they have caught a thief, that the Anti-Cult people should come and pick the thief. Now the leader of the Anti-Cult and also some Anti-Cult members who are not members of any confraternity went to the place. When they got there, they didn't see anybody. So the call came again. Aaron and his friends were calling, told the Anti-Cult members to go deep in, that there is someone that they caught who is a thief. The Anti-Cult never knew that the Vikings members have laid ambush for them because they were looking to kill the young man who is a member of Black Ass and also Anti-Cult, because he is the leader of the Anti-Cult. So when the young man who is the leader of the Anti-Cult got to the place, it is said that they saw a black car, but they were thinking maybe it is just an ordinary black car. So when the Anti-Cult came out to kind of view everything that is going on, that is when Aaron and his squad opened fire on the leader of the Anti-Cult. So they were thinking that the young man already went down. Then they started approaching him. That is where they made a huge mistake, because it is said that this particular person that they shot has a strong automobile. So the young man was on the ground. While Aaron was approaching, he opened fire on Aaron, shot him 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. And the other Vikings members quickly ran, while Aaron also tried to run. So some other Vikings members also returned shots to the Anti-Cult guy. They shot him, boom, boom, boom. And the young man is said to have jumped into the gutter. And the Vikings members quickly took the body of Aaron, put him in the car. And at the end of the day, the particular young man that they wanted to bring down, the Anti-Cult, it said that nothing really happens to him because of automobile. And at the end of the day, Aaron went down. Now the reason I am saying that the story of Aaron is painful is because the young man never wanted to go into this war. He never wanted to do this. I think this video is getting long. Anyway, you are watching Nigerian View.